Good afternoon, boys and girls. This is your daily math recap. Today in class, we went over stem and leaf plots and how to make them and then how to read them. So that's what we're going to go over today. A stem and leaf plot is groups of data arranged by place value. So sorry for my voice here. So let's take, for example, that Coach Williams has asked you guys to run over the course of the year, and he's been charting that data. And so for each student in our class, he has charted that you have run this many miles thus far in class: 21, 35, 18, 26, and so on. Well, by looking at this, I could probably see that 44 is the highest and maybe 15 is the lowest, but I want to see what the trends are so that I can tell if about how many miles everybody is running, if there's more than another. So I can use a stem and leaf plot to organize my data. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I have a title here, miles run. Then I'm going to take a look at my data. I'm going to find the smallest number in my data, 15. Then I'm going to find the largest number in my data, which is 44. So I'm going to organize my stems and my leaves by place value. So I'm going to do all the tens place over here and the ones place over here. So if I take a look at my data, I have 10, I have 20s, I have 30s, and I have 40s. So my stems will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the tens. Now I go through and I locate all the tens digits that have 1 in them. So that would be 15 and 18. And then I list the ones place in order from least to greatest. So I would list 5 and then 8. I don't put commas, I just list them in order from least to greatest. Next, I'm going to go with my 2s, all the numbers that have 2s in the tens place. That would be 21, 26, 27, 25, 26 again, 24. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to find the ones digit for each one of these, and I'm going to list them in order from least to greatest. So I have 1, and then it looks like I have 24, so I have a 4. I have a 25, and I have 2 26s, so I'm going to list the 6 twice for each 26 I have, and then a 27. Next, I'm going to go with my 30s, all of my 30 values. So 35, 30, 38, 32, and 36. I'm going to take the 30s and I'm going to locate their ones digit and I'm going to write them in the leaves in order from least to greatest. So 0 for 30, 2, let me cross them out so I don't forget any, 5, 6, 8. And now I'm left with just my 40s. I'm going to circle my 40s, and I have 2. And I'm going to list the ones digit from least to greatest for my 40s. So that would be 1 and 4. Okay. Then I can do a key. A key shows me what these values mean. So when I have a 1 in the stem and a 5 in the leaf, that represents 15. Now, based on this, I can then see that most frequently kids ran 26 miles because I have 2 6s in my 2 stem. I can also tell that my highest number was 44 and my lowest number is 15. From there, I can do the range, and you had that example on last night's homework. The range is the difference between the greatest and the least values in your graph. So in this one, it would be 44 minus 15, which would give us 39. That would be our range. Okay. If you used it and you highlighted the leaves and turned it sideways, it almost looks like a bar graph. So I could see that I have the most values in the 20s, so around everyone is running about 20 something miles, versus not a lot are running in the teens and not a lot are running in the 40s yet. So I can then analyze my data better by using a stem and leaf plot than looking at this record here. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's say I have batting averages and I have these 3-digit numbers. Well, I'm going to again still organize my stem and leaf plot by tens and ones. Only this time I have more tens than just 1 10 or 2 10s or 3 10s. So I'm going to first look for my lowest number, which is 285, and I'm going to look for my highest number, which is 356. I'm then going to, instead of doing 2 10s, it's going to be 28 10s. So I'm going to start my leaf with 28 10s. And I'm going to keep going until I get to 35 10s. So 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Okay. Now, I'm again going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through, and anytime I have 28 10s, I'm going to underline those numbers, and I'm going to put their ones digits in order from least to greatest. So here I have a 5 first, then an 8. 29, let me cross those out. I have 295 and 295, so I have 2 5s. Okay, cross those out because I'm done. I have a 330. Well, I don't have any 30s actually, so because I don't have any 30s, I'm not going to put anything. You don't even put a 0, because that would mean you'd have 300, and I don't even have that. I'm going to go to 31. I don't have any 31 10s. I have no 32 10s. I have 2 33 10s. I have a 0 and a 1 and a 5. I have no 34s, and I have a 6 and 356. So if I have none, I don't put anything. I don't even put a 0, because see, if you put a 0, that means you have the number 330, which I do have, but I don't have 300, so I don't put any digit at all. Now, to make my key, I'm going to take one of my values. On this side, I put both the hundreds and the tens place on one side, and I put the ones on the other. And so this represented 295. I hope this has been a help to you. Remember to make sure you bring your questions and your homework tomorrow so we can review it. Have a great day.